If you're in the health and wellness industry and want to get better at sales, then this video is definitely for you because we're talking about sales analytics. I know, so exciting. But really, can it coexist? Can sales analytics coexist with heart centered selling? And you may be surprised at one of the outcomes I explore in this video. Hey, it's Tom Jacobs here. Thanks for stopping by the channel. I love dropping these nuggets to help you get better at sales, especially for those heart-centered salespeople out there that sometimes struggle with sales and doing everything necessary to grow their business and, most importantly, help more people. So let's dive into this video today that's all about not just profit margins, but market share as well. First of all, let's address the elephant in the room. Heart-centered business owners don't like to do sales most of the time, let alone tracking and doing all the kind of administrative stuff that has to be done in business. We just want to help more people and ultimately make sure that our business is growing. Now, can sales analytics, meaning tracking your numbers and the metrics and all that, actually coexist with your heart-centered approach in helping more people? And one thing to really think about is, are these transactions that are happening actually getting me closer to my goal of helping more people? And if that is my goal of helping more people solve their problems and get healthier and fit or whatever it is that your program ultimately does for them, then ultimately, yes, you need to be doing some tracking of your numbers to make sure that you are progressing and you are doing the best you can to help people. I know that can be kind of left brain, right brain, kind of like confusing sometimes, but we really need to get really serious about tracking numbers so that we can help more people. And I'm going to explore some of those numbers that we actually need to be tracking, because numbers are a very quantitative way of measuring success. And I know we can measure success by the number of clients that we're helping ultimately. But at the end of the day, are you hitting your profit numbers? Not just revenue, but profit. Profit is what you get to put in your pocket and keep. Because if you're not, then ultimately you might be going out of business and then you won't be able to help anybody at all. So one of the very first things that you need to be looking at is that profit number. And a very simple calculation is total revenue. So what you bring in, what people pay you, minus what the expenses are for the business. And that those expenses should also include paying yourself. Because if you aren't paying yourself, then you truly aren't running a business. It's more like a hobby. Because at some point, you need to get paid, or else you're going to go out of business or get bored with it or get burnt out. And I definitely don't want that for you either. And here's a quick story on how these numbers actually saved my business and enabled me to help hundreds and hundreds of people get healthy, get to their goals that they wanted, and lead a much more vibrant life. When I first started in sales, I was obsessive with keeping track of the number of people who inquired, the number of people who showed up for their consultation, and then ultimately the number of people that bought. But I also kept track of the value of that ticket. So what was the original value that I sold to them? And when I first started in my business, I was selling like $600 packages for personal training, 10 sessions for $60 a piece, and that was the transaction value. Well, ultimately, that's just for like a month and a half. And once I shifted my mindset to thinking long-term and more packages in that business, now, because I saw that in my tracking sheet, I was able to diagnose that that's where my problem is. I need to increase that initial value, that initial ticket value, so that I can have more room to grow and help more people. And ultimately, I was able to take that $600 initial value and grow that up to $5,000 initial value by selling long-term packages. But I would never have known that if I weren't tracking every aspect of every sale. So tracking every sale, very, very important. Another measure that you should be looking at in your business is the number of referrals that you are getting from your clients. And this might not come naturally to a lot of people because, like, well, if people want to refer people to me, they will. Well, ultimately, nobody wakes up in the morning and goes, hey, I think I'm going to refer somebody to Tom today. That generally doesn't happen. You have to be asking for those referrals and then counting how many referrals you're getting and what percentage of client to referrals are happening. And if you are getting less than 50% referral rate, meaning that half of your clients aren't referring people to you, if that is growing, more than half are not referring to you, then you know that you might have a problem in your service delivery, because happy clients are happy to refer their friends and family to your business. And so if they're not referring to you, you need to do a survey. You need to find out what's going on in the service delivery so that you can improve that and get more referrals. I told you there was going to be a surprise in terms of one of these metrics that you need to be tracking. And there it is, referrals. Who would have thought that you need to be tracking referrals? Oh, and here's another one that you need to be tracking as well, is testimonials. How many of your clients are actually giving you testimonials? Case studies are very important. It's social proof that what you do actually helps people. And when your prospects are seeing live people on video talking about you and the transformation that they receive because of your guidance, then they're going to be more likely to purchase your program. But if you aren't getting testimonials, then it's going to get really hard to convince those prospects to trust you, that you know what you're doing and you can get those results. So another measure that you need to be looking at is how many testimonials am I getting as a percentage based on the number of clients that I have. A couple bonus things that probably you weren't thinking about in terms of tracking and metrics to make sure that you are growing your business, those numbers are healthy, and you are serving people at a very high level. I want you to be successful in your business and help more people. That's why you got into it. That's why you're heart-centered in the first place. But just being heart-centered doesn't mean that you need to be soft on the business side and on the numbers side. So make sure that left brain, right brain are working in connection with each other to grow your business and ultimately be successful in your mind. If you're wanting to dig a lot deeper into sales, tracking, accountability, all that good stuff, I've got a great program. It's called Sales Power Hour, and we meet once a month as a group, and I keep you accountable. I go through hot seat laser coaching for those that want to get laser coached live on the call with us. And the ultimate benefit is you have accountability each and every month to your numbers to make sure you're tracking what you need to be tracking so that you are helping more people and growing your business. So if you're interested in learning more about the Sales Power Hour, just click that link down below and see what it's all about, and then join us if you like, and you get some really special bonuses when you do that as well. And I can't wait to see you on the other side.